This take and make kit is called Yarn Flowers. All you'll need is a piece of cardboard that's kind of scrunched up, and it should just be in a ring. What I did is I put a plastic cup over top and cut out the shape, and then an inner circle as well with a slit through the side. And then I have a tapestry needle, a regular sewing needle, some sewing thread. I have 3 different colors of yarn. You can choose whatever color you'd like, and 1 larger bead. So I'm going to start by unraveling one of these. And I think you want to go with your lightest color first to the darkest color. And if you need extra, if you run out, then you can always have the darkest color next to you in case you need to tie off and start over again. So, oops. So let's get started. For the white, you're going to start around here and you're going to wrap 5 times. 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to move on, and you're going to do this in 6 different places. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. Move over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move it over. And they don't need to be very tight loops because you're going to be sticking a needle underneath and tightening them that way, so they don't need to be extra tight. Now if you have extra yarn, you can always cut that off, and then you're going to tuck in the end into the last one you just did. Okay, then you're going to take your next darkest color, which I'm just going to say is yellow here. I only had some odd flower colors here. You're going to put that next to it, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to wrap, only you're going to wrap 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then jump over and do the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to do it with the last color, which is magenta for me. And you're going to start on the end here and still try and make sure that you have a little bit of space because each of these are individual petals. You're going to go around another 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And my yellow here is popping off, so you can just scooch that around a little bit. Okay. Move on to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you can leave the excess here because we're going to be threading this through quite a few times. Again, try and squish these together so that you have a petal-like appearance with some space in between so you know which is each individual petal. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pieces. Now you're going to thread the rest of this darker color with your tapestry needle, and you're just going to go underneath here, pull through, and you're going to make a little loop, and that little loop is something you want to pull through just like this. You're connecting your part of your flower now. And you're going to do the same exact thing again. Pull as taut as you can. First one might not be as taut. Okay, go through that again. And then pull tightly on the end here. Now you're going to go up to the top. And you're going to do the same thing on the top so that you create a petal shape on the top. And tighten that up. Then you're going to do the same thing one more time. Oops. Just pulled that all the way through. It's okay, you can just pull that back out, go through it, and then pull taut. Go back down to the bottom one more time, just to really secure it. Pull through the loop, and pull taut one more time. And then you're going to move on to the next one. So here's your next one, go underneath, make a little loop. You might want to pull out the tail, if you have one. Go back to that loop, go underneath it, pull, go back underneath, pull through the loop, and then go to the top. Where you'll make that loop, pull top. Try to do it at the top of the petal if you can. I find that can be tricky sometimes. Pull through, and then go back down. And I can see that I'm probably going to need another string, another piece of yarn to get through all of this. So I'm going to add that as soon as I feel like I have too little left. So I'm going to stop that here. I'm going to just tie a simple knot. Don't pull too hard or you'll pull the knot right out. But enough to hold it together, and then just pull it into the flower so you can't see it. Okay, so that's tied, and then I'm gonna take a bit off. About that much. And just keep going. So I'm gonna thread my tapestry needle. One more time. And we were going to start at the top here to tie that off. Start at the top, pull through. Now I have a lot of extra, so just keep pulling through. Okay, now we're going to focus on getting the petals closer to each other. You can see this is on the other side. So, the next thing you're going to do is just go underneath, and we're going to just pull these together one more time. So you're going to make that loop, go through it, and pull tight. Do it one more time, and pull tight. Go to the next one, do the same thing. Pull tight. Do one of these, just like a regular sewing knot. Pull that knot, cut the rest of the string off. You could tuck it in as well if you'd like. Tuck that in, like that. And now you're done with your tapestry needle, so you could set that aside. And the next thing you're going to do is kind of the fun part, and that is going to be to pull off each petal from the piece of cardboard. And you can rip the cardboard, you can do whatever you want because you don't need it any longer. These should hold, I say they should hold, if you did it properly. Sometimes they're not as tight as you'd like, and you can adjust that as needed, but I think I'm going to start ripping this. So now you have your flower and your petals, and you have a large center. So what you can do is close that center off a bit more if you'd like with your thread and needle. So now you're going to take your regular sewing thread and your regular sewing needle, and you're just going to place that on. Okay. And you can tie a knot at the end. So we're going to be attaching the center bead, and you're just going to sew it on like you normally would. So you create a knot at the end here, and this is going to be your back side because this is where you did all of your piecing together. So what you're going to do is attach your thread. So I would go in the back and just make a loop. Oops. Going to make go through your loop and make a knot right around the end here, and you can cut off the excess at the end. And then you're going to attach your button or your bead onto here. And go around the back. So now you have it in place, but the next thing you want to do is make that middle smaller. So what you could do is go around, or you could go back to back, side to side. It doesn't really matter as long as you kind of go back and forth. And in between, you can stick, of course, your thread through the hole of the button. And that'll also make the button a little more secure, so it'll bring the middle together. And let me cut off that excess string just so it's not in the way. Extra thread, I should say. So now you could go from this side all the way to the other side. You can go through here again, and then go from the other side and attach it this way. All right, once you feel like you're done, you can, again, knot off. Knot in your thread just to make sure it doesn't come undone. Once you secure that, you can tie off the end, turn it over, and now you can enjoy your yarn flowers in the comfort of your home year-round.